South Africa, you.
Mashinda yawe na lele. Mhm. See what I'm going to say. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. Mhm. Yeah. Just like that. First thing we're gonna do is boil this water. That's the first step. We're gonna boil this water. Let the water come to a boil. Put it on the stove. Let it come to a boil. Not too much water. This is just a little bit over 1 pound of sorrel. All right, 1 pound of sorrel. So, with only a pound of sorrel, we're gonna stop around here on the spot. This is a very deep pot. Very deep pot. You know what I'm saying? Put it right here. Pour this 1 pound of sorrel in there. This is green sorrel. Okay, freshly picked off a tree somewhere in the world. So we're gonna put this, right? Turn it on. Let it start boiling. Okay. Once it starts to boil, we're gonna turn it off. Put the sorrel in there, or put the sorrel in there. Turn it off. Either way. But we're not boiling the sorrel. We need it to draw. That's what we need it to do. We need it to draw. Okay, so it's gonna sit in that water overnight, and then tomorrow's the time when I'm gonna actually mix it. Okay, so that's all it's gonna be sitting in the water for, just to draw overnight. And of course, I'm gonna put this ginger. This ginger root is gonna go in the sorrel. I'm gonna put pimento in there. All right, pimento seed and cinnamon stick. I'm not gonna overdo it. A lot of people like to overdo it with their sorrel. They get fancy and start adding all types of bullshit. You know, I'm not getting too fancy with it. Okay. Some people like to add alcohol when they're mixing it, when they're getting it to a sweet in the sorrel. But the natural sorrel by itself, right? You don't have to put alcohol in there. Sorrel by itself, you could put it in a bottle and tighten the bottle cap on it, airtight it. Once it's airtight, okay, and you could have it in the refrigerator for probably 10 years. Yeah, you really can. Sorrel. It's like that. Okay? You don't have to put alcohol in there. Okay, you can just sweeten it. What I usually see people do years ago is drop some rice grains in the bottle right? Yeah, drop rice grains in it. I don't know what it did. Okay, but that's what I saw them do years ago. But I'm not doing that. Very simple. We're adding sorrel, ginger root. We're gonna wash this sorrel. We're making it very simple. We just need a straight sorrel. We're not getting fancy schmancy and doing all this Jedi mind tricks with these sorrel. Okay, but it's straightforward, just straight sorrel. That's it. Okay, all this other stuff, sorrel, ginger. Okay, pimento seeds, cinnamon sticks. That's it. That's all we're gonna put into the pot. When it starts to boil, we're gonna throw them in there. Turn it off. Turn off the pot. Then cover it. Let it sit there overnight. Right? Get a draw out of it. And by tomorrow, we'll sweeten it with not a lot of sugar. A small amount of sugar. Sorrel with a lot of sugar just does not taste good. It doesn't taste good. So if you have like an entire jug or whatever it is, you could put like, okay, so this right here. This is a pitcher right here. So this pitcher is probably a quart, 2 quarts. I would probably put like 3 tablespoons of sugar in this. If it's filled with sorrel. Okay, it's very red. You'll see it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we let it draw. We don't boil sorrel. Okay? You don't boil sorrel. You never boil sorrel. You let it draw. Hot water, boiling point. Pour the sorrel in, turn it off. Cover it. Let it sit there overnight with the ginger and everything in there. And that's how you're going to get your nice draw out of that sorrel. You know what I'm saying? The hot water will permeate the sorrel, right? And get all that red liquidy stuff that you need out of it. Okay, so sorrel is a type of hibiscus flower. For those of you who didn't know, it's a type of flower, okay? It's a hibiscus. It's in the hibiscus family, if you didn't know that. So now, we're going to wash this sorrel. That's what we're going to do. We're going to wash it up. Right? We're going to wash it. Then we're going to get the ginger ready also. Put it in this basin. Put these other things that the ginger, we're going to get it ready pretty soon. And already you can see this cutting board is being stained by the sorrel because the sorrel carry a heavy red. It's almost like, what you call that thing? Beetroot. Right? You see that red? All those red spots on it, on the cutting board? Yeah, that's the sorrel. That's from the sorrel. It carries a heavy red. And when you draw this sorrel, tomorrow you'll see how red it is. We're going to wash it. Who knows where the sorrel was, or the people picked it, where their hands have been. So we're going to wash it like 2 times to get all the dirt off, possibly insects, who knows. Alright, bought this at the store. Yeah, so we're going to clean it up. Clean up this sorrel. And you can eat sorrel in its raw state. You know what I'm saying? You can eat it in its raw state. You know, you get it fully submerged in water like so. Right? So if there's any insect or anything in there, right, they'll come floating to the top or whatever it is. Yeah, you can eat sorrel as it is like this. You know what I'm saying? See? I used to eat sorrel leaves. I used to eat even the leaves of the sorrel plant. You know what I'm saying? So you can eat it in its natural state. Okay, so here you have trash that you found. You didn't suspect was in there. Float it to the top. That's why it's important to wash it. Because when we put it in that water, that's in the pot, that's what we're going to mix it with. That water will be used to mix the sorrel drink. Okay, it's not like we're going to put it in there, take it out, mix it somewhere else. So we get a good wash out of it. And we're gonna wash it, strain this, wash it the second time. Okay, here's another piece of trash. You keep finding these pieces of trash in your sorrel. That's why it's so important to wash it. Okay, here's another piece of trash. See that? Yeah, you're gonna keep finding trash. Let it fully submerged in the water and just keep mixing it around like so. You know what I'm saying? Mix it around like so. Understand? And most Jamaicans enjoy sorrel during the Christmas holidays. I enjoy sorrel all year round. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All year round I like sorrel. Right? Okay, now for the second wash. Whatever we mixed in the first wash. Second wash. DD, what's going on? Where are you viewing from in the world? Where in the world are you viewing from? I would like to know. Da, 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 da. Same thing. Fully cover it in water. You fully let it submerge in water. And why do you do this? Well, we're seeking for insects or any foreign materials that's not desired in the sorrel. That's what we're looking for. And shit. Okay, another wash. Same deal. Do we see any foreign materials? No. It doesn't hurt to look inside of these sorrels, you see? No foreign materials, no insect. Okay, you don't need that. It's a natural plant. Alright? Okay, we found another foreign material. See? I'm trying to tell you. Another one we found. You know what? We're going to let this sorrel sit to the side. Right, for a second. While the water, it's already on the stove. Should be boiling shortly. But we're going to let it sit in the water to the side right here. For a good second while we get this ginger root ready. So we're going to wash this ginger root. Because we're finding a lot of foreign materials in that sorrel, right? And that's something we don't need. So in the meantime and between time, okay, we're gonna get these ginger cleaned up. This ginger root cleaned up. And I think I'll need some more ginger. After you mix the sorrel, all you gotta do is add sugar in there. That's it. Nothing else. That's all. That's all you need. Do some more ginger. That's it. Well, that's gonna be tomorrow, not today, because it's gonna be. We're gonna draw it tonight. It's gonna be sitting in that boiling water. After it gets to a boiling point, we're gonna turn off the water, throw the sorrel in. Right, and it's gonna sit there overnight. Okay. Going through the process of extracting the red sorrel from those sorrel blossoms. And what will happen will be, you'll notice that the sorrel buds, right, they will get swole. They'll become swole. You understand? Tomorrow, you'll see that. So let them sit there. Any impurities, foreign material, float to the top of the water. Okay. The pimento seed gives us a kick. Some people put like different wines in it, you know, or rum. Okay. So back in Jamaica days, the two crowd favorite was the Red Label wine or the Sonata Gen tonic wine. If you know, you know. Two of my favorite ingredients, ginger and sorrel. That's it. Hibiscus. Yeah, the sorrel is from the hibiscus family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those were the crowd favorites. It could possibly be the same thing today in Jamaica, but the Sonata Gin Tonic wine was the crowd's favorite. Okay, and the Red Label wine, and of course the dangerous J. Ray and his nephew. Okay, white rum. Yeah, J. Ray and his nephew. All three of them combined. So those were the spirits of choice that most people in Jamaica would put in their sorrel during the Christmas holiday seasons. Dig? Now, as far as the rice that I would see my folks had to the sorrel, I don't know what it did. Like they dropped rice in the bottom of the sorrel, like raw rice, like raw rice grains. They'll put a few in a bottle of sorrel and just leave it there, and it will sit for months after Christmas. Yeah. hmm Also, the dried sorrel is available in stores. I've seen it in a lot of different stores. A lot of dry sorrel, but I've never be a fan. I've never been a fan of dried sorrel. It gives you almost the same thing, if you boil it. But I've never been a fan of it. I just don't think it's the same because I've always had fresh green sorrel. You know, it doesn't give you the same flavor to me. So you can buy that dried sorrel in a bag at the supermarket or wherever. I never really buy it. I tried it a couple times. I'm not getting the right feel. I leave it be. I like the fresh green sorrel. Okay. So I will clean up this ginger root. Alright, I can hear that pot. It's about to start boiling. That means we're gonna pour our sorrel in the water pretty soon. Pretty soon. That's what it comes down to. The sorrel is a hibiscus plant, okay? The leaves and the fruits, right, you can eat it almost in its raw state. Not almost, in its raw state. So people would say like, okay, what are the health benefits of this sorrel thing? It's filled with a lot of antioxidant, right? And I was looking at it, and something in it helps to prevent cell overgrowth. Like it helps to prevent some types of cancer. You know what I'm saying? Filled with antioxidant. So it has a good amount of health benefits. As a flower. It's really a flower. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But the thing I've learned is you'd be surprised to see who's that? Chick-Tur Essing, how you doing? Shout out, cause I'm listening. Shower and Lux, how you doing? Careful with the knife. I sub. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'll be careful with the knife. I'll be careful with the knife. It's not extremely sharp. It's like mediocre sharp, but it still could do some damage if not used carefully. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of ginger root. Clean it up. Set it to the side. Put this in the trash. So we can hear the water is boiling already. You know what I'm saying? Water's already boiling. And earlier today we made some pumpkin punch. Okay, it's in the refrigerator being chilled right now. It tastes so delicious. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and stack up with your natural juices. Stack up on your natural juices in your refrigerator. At least have like 2 or 3 jugs of nice juice that you like in your fridge. Okay, some for your friend. Whatever, okay? Okay, so the ginger root is pretty much clean now. We're going to crush it up in a second here. But first, we can hear the water boiling in the pot. Right? We can turn it down because we're going to throw everything in the pot at once. And as far as sorrel, we don't see any more foreign material that came to the top of the water. Okay, so this is the second wash. Second, what is this? Oh, that's sorrel. The second wash, and we're going to strain off this water. And this water that I'm straining off is already red. And that's not boiling water, okay? Alright, so that's that. So we got the sorrel right here. That's it. Then we're going to crush this ginger. Crush it up some, because it's going to be in this pot. Come into a draw also. We're going to crush it up like so. Crush up this ginger. Okay. So you can see, I'm going to crush this ginger up. See that? When we put it in this pot, we want everything to come out of it. It's all the ginger is very ashy. That's a very ashy taste. We need all that ashy taste to be drawn in into this ginger. You know what I'm saying? If we could get it crushed out some more, we will. As fine as possible, okay? Or you could grate this ginger. Use your grater and just grate it into the sorrel, however you like. Lots of ginger. It's going to be very ashy. Taste-wise. Okay, so that's our ginger, right? Now, we're going to put this ginger and this sorrel right here. Okay. Then, we're going to do some pimento. Pimento seeds. We're going to crush these too. A good amount of pimento seeds. it? This is going in there too. The pimento seeds. So we got the sorrel, pimento seeds. What's the next deal? The next deal is cinnamon sticks. How are we gonna do these cinnamon sticks? We're gonna put like pieces of cinnamon sticks in there. Let's crush this right here. And then we're gonna grate some into it. So we're gonna use these pieces of cinnamon sticks. That's going in there. Then we're gonna use our grater. Okay. Da, 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 da. Grater some in there. Okay, the pumpkin juice we made today. The pumpkin is much more cheap. Okay, the pumpkin is very cheap. But let's say you live, right? If you live in parts of the U.S., because you could plant sorrel in Florida. If you live in Florida, you could plant sorrel. If you live in certain states, you can't plant sorrel. You could probably plant it in Georgia and North Carolina in the springtime or whatever, okay? But sorrel is very expensive where it's not grown or people don't really know about it. It's very expensive in those areas. So a pound of sorrel could be for like $10 just for a pound. Dig? And this is just over a pound. So with that, we're going to pour it in the pot and we're going to turn off the pot because right now it's boiling, right? We're not going to boil it. We're going to draw it. So we're going to pour it in the pot, turn off the pot, let it sit overnight. So what we got sorrel, ginger, cinnamon stick, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Now it goes in the pot. Hold it close to the water so you don't get splashed. Okay, now it's in the pot. What do? We turn off the stove. Turn it off. After we turn the stove off, we cover it. Let it sit there overnight. It's gonna draw. Okay, and that's how you do sorrel, okay? You never boil it. If you boil it, it's not gonna taste good. You draw it. Ah! Smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of inside the pot. There you go. That's it. Okay, my camera is getting misty. It's too close to the pot. You see it? That's your sorrel right there. And already, you could see the water becoming red. Already you could see that. Okay? Already you could see the water is becoming red. It started to draw already. Okay? And what it's going to do, the heat and this water is going to extract all the red, well, most of it, out of the sorrel and the ginger also. It's going to extract all the juices out of the ginger overnight. So I'm going to leave it right here on the stove. Cover it, of course. Let the steam from the pot do its job. You know what I'm saying? The steam is going to go to work. You see it? So if it's I just put it in there. You saw me just put it in there like a few minutes ago. Already you could see the water color is changing right here. So just imagine it's going to be sitting in there all night tonight. Right? And then tomorrow is when I'll mix it. And all I'm going to do is just add a bit of sugar. Not a lot of sugar. Sorrel never tastes good with a lot of sugar. You know what I'm saying? Never. I thought you said allspice. Yeah, it never tastes good with a lot of sugar in there. Ever. Quick camera. Okay, so there you go. You seen it? That's it. already started to draw. You can see it. You know what I'm saying? Yep, it is delicious. See those red? They're getting soft. Already the water is getting red. Okay. The ginger, you can see it, the pimento seeds, the cinnamon. That's it. So tomorrow it's gonna sit here, and tomorrow we're gonna finish mixing it. Okay, so tomorrow is when I'm gonna mix it and get it to a sweet with about a few spoons of sugar. That's it. You dig? Yeah. Yeah, but today I did say I'm gonna teach you guys how to make sugar from sugar cane. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to make sugar from sugar cane. Okay? I already got the sugar cane. I got the sugar cane. I'm gonna teach you how to make sugar from it. Like real, natural, raw cane sugar. Okay? But it ain't gonna be today. I don't know when it's gonna be. But one of them days. We did a lot of work today. We did the pumpkin punch. For those who weren't here earlier, check out the pumpkin punch that we did today. Okay, for those who are hitting the like button, thank you. I want you guys to check out the pumpkin punch that we did today. Check out the pumpkin punch. We're going to make some cane juice. I don't know if my juicer is strong enough for sugar cane. I know you could blend sugar cane, but I really need a sugar cane crusher. You know what I'm saying? If you have a sugar cane crush thing, it's going to be a lot easier. But the juicer has to be like a solid juicer. My juicer would probably tear apart. Okay, if you try to put sugar cane in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm gonna do some sugar cane. But that's it. One of these days I'll try it out. See how it works with that. But in the meantime, in between time, yeah, the sugar cane, you could peel it, eat it as is, right? I need the juice from it to make sugar cane juice. See what I'm saying? And the sugar cane juice, all you have to put in there is like lime. If anything whatsoever. You probably don't have to put anything in there. Okay, you can just have it natural as is. Or you could probably mix it with coconut water. That's another natural thing. You know, all natural, everything, okay? That's it. That's what's going to be good for you eventually. The man-made stuff isn't good for you. Yeah, I need a sugar cane juicer. I could put the sugar cane in and just extract all the juice. I'm going to get one. So when I get a sugar cane juicer, careful if you have diabetes, for real. Yeah, if you know, you should know what your health is. Okay. Am I able to replay on your YouTube page? Yeah, I'm streaming on YouTube right now, Didi. All of my lives are on YouTube. Every single one of them that I did since last week or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Just go to YouTube and go to my live section where I do lives. That's where you'll find all the lives are over there. But I need the sugarcane juicer so I can make cane juice. Now, if you know you can't consume it for whatever health concern you have, stay away from it. hmm One of the things I always like about cane juice, about sugar cane, it cleans your teeth. Yeah. Sugar cane, because it's so fibrous, after chewing it, you get what I'm saying? Glenn, big up. Mary Williamson. Yeah. I did myself and smelled like curry in here. Like a whole meal, bro. Get some Tupperware. Us, man. Yeah, when you eat sugar cane, it cleans your teeth. You know what I'm saying? It's very fibrous, and it goes in the crevice and corner all over your teeth. So for those people who hate brushing their teeth, here's an option. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? mm-hmm. Because I know there are people who hate to brush their teeth. Here's your option right here. Okay, so you hate brushing your teeth. You have an option of not doing so, but still keeping your mouth clean. You can try sugar cane. Mm-hmm. So you stack up on your juices, all right? Okay, I'll call you back. Stack up on your juices in your refrigerator. When you're going to work, all you gotta do is pour some juice in one of your work things and take it to work. I'm gonna do that right now. You'll see. Tomorrow I'll be going to work. Mm-hmm. The money I'll be spending at the store is called $0.00. Right? That's what I'll be spending at the store tomorrow. $0.00. Okay. All I have to do is grab my work. This bottle is for work, right? I'll fill it with my juice. Go in the refrigerator, grab one of my favorite drinks that I made naturally. And this one is mango and carrot. Right? I'm gonna mix it around. I made this like a day ago, yesterday or whatever. Mix it around. This is my work thing right here. Pour it in there. Okay. Carrot and mango. Full stop. See, it's already half the jug is gone. So I probably have one more shot of that for another day. That's why you always need 2-3 juice in the fridge. I'm gonna put this in the freezer right now. By tomorrow when I'm ready for work, it's gonna be frozen completely. I put it in my lunchbox. When I get to work, I could just have it with me walking around, and it's gonna thaw, and I'm gonna open it like this and sip on it throughout the day. All natural. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All natural. So the guy at the corner store be like, my friend, I didn't see you in a couple days. Too bad, ho. Got natural food to go. Yeah, my friend, where you been? Haven't seen you in a couple days. Stop at the store. I'd be like, too bad, Hope. I got natural food to go that I made. Natural food that I made. Okay, that's what you need to have. Your own natural homemade food. That's cheap as a dirt. It's cheap. There's no expense to it. The pumpkin punch, right? The pumpkin punch. Pumpkin was for $3. The most expensive thing is probably the milk, the condensed milk. Right? For those who missed it today, it's on my live. Just get to my live videos. You'll see the pumpkin punch. Right? It's very cheap. A whole jug. Probably could serve a family of 5 for 2 days. You could do the same thing. All you need is a blender to blend that pumpkin after you slightly boil it. And you're good. You know what I'm saying? And whether you believe, no, this is I'm going to tell you my honest truth. Ever since I've been consistent with making these juices, right, and cooking, I feel my energy level raising. My energy level. And this is just being honest. Ever since I've been consistent. Because, and that's why I was saying, like, it's one thing when you make it every now and again, you know, when you feel like it. Okay? But ever since I've been consistent with making these juices, right, and cooking and doing all this other stuff, I felt my energy, I could feel my energy level. It's better than what it used to be. It's very important, inexpensive, and very good for your health. It will definitely do that. Yeah, I'm serious, man. Ever since I've been consistent. Now, if I just make some of these juices like a one-off time, and for the next 3 months, do none, you know what I'm saying? Do it again, a one-off time. For the next 8 months, I don't give a damn. If I keep doing that, my energy level is going to fluctuate. You know what I'm saying? And then, the next thing I notice, which is very important, is my mental sharpness. I'm over 40. Right? So you know when you get over 40 and you stop giving a damn, your mental sharpness and alertness slightly decreases and declines because you stop giving a shit. That's me, okay? We grow up with natural juices every day, said Marie Williams. Right? So my mental sharpness has increased. It has. Ever since I've been consistent with these natural juices. Like my mental sharpness, my alertness. You get what I'm saying? I can feel my stamina improving. Right? And here's the funny thing. For years I've been watching people making these juices. You get what I'm saying? And all these drinks. And I was like, sometime I make them, sometime I don't. And not realizing that you cannot make it a one-off time thing. You got to be consistent with it. So I said, you know what? Let me step into the realm of consistency. And once I did that, first thing I felt was my energy level increase. I knew it did because I feel better than how I felt before I became consistent. Like I would wake up in the mornings and not have the energy to not even get out of bed. Okay, like I don't feel like getting up out of bed. You dig what I'm saying? But ever since I start making these juices, man, okay, I'm up out of bed. My alertness is up. My mental sharpness is up. And I'm like, yo, this shit is really working. What's causing it is consistency. That's it. It's being consistent. That's all. Like you ain't got to do it every day, but at least 2-3 times a week, I think would be a good number. If you make these natural juices, it's not something you got to do every day. If you can do it every day, hot tea too, morning and night. Yeah, you ain't got to do it every day. If you can, more power to you. But if you could do it, that's why when I have time, I make 2-3 jugs and put in the refrigerator. That could last me for the week or a couple days. You know what I'm saying? So, if you do, so you got a day off. You have a day off, you make 2, 3 jugs, put in the refrigerator, let them chill, right? And you drink as you go, pour some for lunch, stuff like that. I think that's going to help you out more than every second being in the kitchen stirring up something else. Because now you're going to feel overwhelmed. So you can just knock everything out when you have a good day off or time off from work or a weekend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I just do it sporadic. I don't have a fixed routine of when I make juices or whatever. I just know I always need to have 2 to 3 different jugs of healthy juice or drinks sit in the refrigerator. 2 to 3 jugs. All the time. 2 to 3 jugs. Just sit in there. And you can just pour. That's where you're going to keep your energy level up. You got to remember. Right? You keep your energy level up. Your mental sharpness up. Increase your stamina. And you stay towards the natural side of things. That's the next thing I realized. That's why I like to blend all types of natural stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too much into the fake stuff or artificial flavoring of much things. Okay, if it comes off a tree, then it's for me. Mostly stick to things that come off of a tree. The next thing is I'm going to show you guys the amount of things you could do with dry coconut. Dry coconut is a big part of most island people staple as far as food is concerned. A dry coconut. A dry coconut could do a lot of things. And this weekend, I plan on making a pina colada, right? But I'm going to do it from the natural coconut. I'm going to extract the milk from the coconut, get the pineapple, the rum. You understand? I'm not going to use cream of coconut. I'm not going to use coconut milk. I'm going to extract the natural milk from the. I could do it with my juicer or my blender, you know. Extract all the milk as possible. Just apply a different technique, right? Extract the milk. Then we're going to make the pina colada with the pineapple. Okay? And it should taste great. Should. But like I said, I play with food. I play with food to see what I could get away with. Experimental wise. It's something you should do. You don't have to go by the script. When it comes to food, you don't have to go by the script. You know what I'm saying? You could make up your own stuff. Like, for example, who says cucumber cannot go with pineapple? It's a vegetable and it's a fruit. Cucumber is a vegetable. Pineapple is a fruit. Have you ever made soursop juice? Yeah, I made all that stuff. It's on my YouTube. You're over here on TikTok. If you get over to YouTube, you'll see all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? DD. Yeah, you're on TikTok. TikTok is kind of like, whatever. Okay? But if you get on my YouTube, you'll see, let's go on my lives and you'll see the soursop juice. Blessings to you and your nice coming across your page, Marie Williams. How you been today? Yeah, that's it. You'd be shocked and surprised to see the amount of stuff that you can get from dry coconuts. And I still haven't made coconut cookies yet. I'm going to bake some coconut cookies one of these days. Like, if you taste a coconut, like, forget oatmeal cookies, forget all that other bullshit, chocolate chip cookies and all this other shit, right? I'm going to show you how to make coconut cookies. When you make it, you're never going to stop making it. I promise. You got to be careful. You understand what I'm saying? Be careful, because if you eat too much, you're going to gain weight. Right? There's all this oatmeal cookie. You know, some people love oatmeal cookie like myself. I love oatmeal cookie. Right? I love chocolate chip cookie. Right? But a coconut cookie, let me tell you something. When you taste that, the ingredients are simple. I can tell you what they are right now. All-purpose flour, dry coconut, probably cinnamon, nutmeg, a little bit of sugar, not a lot, some condensed milk. That's it. That's it. That's basically it. Condensed milk, dry coconut, but it's the coconut dust. You know when you grate the coconut on the grater, right? You use the grater to grate your coconut, right? And you get that shaving off. You get that shaving. So that's what you're gonna sprinkle in the cookies, on the top of the cookies. You know what I'm saying? Then you knead it in the dough when you're making the dough. So the coconut dust that you grated the dry coconut, you grated it. I'm gonna make it so you can see. You grated the dry coconut into the mixture and knead it with it. Knead it around with it. You know what I'm saying? So all the dry coconut trash, or what you would call the dry coconut one that you grated, it's going to be mixed in to that dough. You mix into the dough. Then you had some condensed milk in there, some butter. Put some butter in there, right? A little bit of sugar, not too much, because coconut is kind of sweet somewhat. Okay, mix it around, and then when you pick it up, you should be able to pick it up with a spoon and drop it. Boom, on your grease paper or your foil paper, whatever you're going to bake it on. All right, and make it about the size of a regular cookie. You know what I'm saying, about this right here, each size. When you take that out of the oven and taste it, whoo, my word, very cheap. All you need is time. Very cheap and easy to make. Once you got the time, you'll be able to do this, right? And there's a long list of all types of recipes. I'm going to get into the baking because I've been making a lot of juices, right? But people also need to bake. So I'm going to verge into baking a little bit and then come back to juice and then probably cook, mix it up. And you also need your cookies to take to work, your muffins, your this, your that, da, 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 da. All that stuff you need to take to work with you. It's all about you. It's about you, your health, saving you money and time, having you stop going to the corner store to waste money every morning at these places like Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, and all the other fast food joints, and then stopping at the gas station, Quick Trip, Racetrack. You do all that. You know what I'm saying? You can do it at your home. But you got to be able to manage your time right. Once you're able to manage your time, then you can spend less money at these little shops and stores. You got to manage your time. So you're sitting on the phone every day talking to your best friend. Man, I just got off work. My boss this, da 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 da. That's what you do. Don't do that. Get off work, talk to your best friend. Hey man, I just got home. I got some stuff to take care of. I'll catch you later or the weekend, okay? Everything cool? Yeah. Okay, peace out. Under a minute. The rest of the time is for you to spend with your family, kids, wife, husband, and friends. You know what I'm saying? And to make your favorite juice, dessert, snack, so you can have lunch for at least 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying? Well, you spend a lot of time. Once you manage your time right, everything else will become right. Time management, okay? If you don't know it, you're going to learn it with time. Okay, manage your time right so you can get these snacks in. Because a lot of people dread the kitchen, mostly because they say, why? It takes too much time. That's the first thing they're going to tell you. It takes too much time. But how is it that I work a full day at work, most days? I didn't work today, but I'm saying. I work a full day at work, come home, and I still have time to do this. How? Because I manage my time. I plan to not go to the corner store and buy lunch. I plan not to go to there and buy. I plan that. So when I get home, I make it here. You can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what that comment says. Back childhood, you bring back childhood memories, says Marie Williamson, K63. Did I? Where in the world are you located? Just drop it in the comment section. I agree with you. I am learning the hard way. Just found out at 76 I have kidney problems. Would like to go back to the old West Indian drinks I am accustomed to, sorrel, soursop, etc. And that's what I've been making here for the couple of days. This is Rosalind York 8085. That's why I'm in the kitchen a lot. You get what I'm saying? I just used to stream on TikTok, but I'm streaming on YouTube also. Right? California, says Marie Williams. Yeah. That's why I'm in the kitchen a lot. I like to see that's what the thing you said, Rosalind, I don't want to get there. Right? So that's why I focus. These are things that I thought about. I'm like, yo, you need to start eating better. Okay, you need to start doing this thing. So you're from the West Indies. If you're from Jamaica or in the West Indies, most island people, we step outside, we pick a mango, orange, whatever. You get a sugar cane in your backyard, all this other stuff, right? But in the States, Canada, some parts of the UK, wherever, Europe, you don't have that luxury. So what you get on, she's Belizean Jamaican American, says Marie Williams, K6E. Okay, so you don't have that luxury in the US or Canada. So when you get outside your house, you got to go to the store to get a lime, anything, whatever. So all those small things you used to eat on a daily basis in the islands, right? Rosalind York, like you'll step outside your house, you grab a mango, you eat a piece of sugar cane, okay? You're eating star apple, you're eating soursop. You don't realize that you're in a pharmacy. You grew up in a pharmacy. You understand? Most of these people from the islands or South America, you grew up in the pharmacy. Hear that, Miss Rosalie? Yeah, I'm telling you, you grew up in the pharmacy with all the medication you need, natural medication that comes from the earth. The soursop tree used to just in your backyard, Scotch bonnet pepper, mango trees. It's in your backyard. You get what I'm saying? And you eat it every single day. Now watch this. Since you've been in the States or California, right, you don't eat that every single day, but you work harder. So do the maths. If you're working harder and eating less healthy, what's going to happen to you? Your body is going to break down slowly but surely, and you don't even realize it's happening. That's what's going to happen to you. You get what I'm saying? You're more mentally stressed. You got to look what you have to deal with. In most European countries, just say the western side of the world, America, Canada, whatever, okay? Western side of the world, or even in the Eastern Asia. I am from SVG, living in Atlanta now, right? Okay. Guess what? You're mentally stressed, living in the US. Okay, your body is stressed, you're mentally stressed. Because of your job, you probably don't get enough sleeps. I'm from the Bahamas, says Didi. I have been eating LD, especially now. I will be 68 this month, and I feel and look amazing. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody could say that. You grew up in the Bahamas with all these fruits and all this natural stuff, natural wind. We can cultivate here, says Marie Williams. You're in California, in the farming side. It sounds like it. But what I'm saying is, the people who grew up around all these natural things, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden you stop having these natural things, but you start working harder, your body will break down eventually. It will. If you don't realize this, like I did, and start focusing in your kitchen, right? You got to zoom in inside your kitchen, right? Okay, so if you look at your, say you have a day, a 24-hour span in a day, 7 days a week, 4 weeks in a month, right? 12 months in a year. Calculate the amount of time that you spend in your kitchen. That's all I need you to do. Understand what I'm saying? If you could successfully just calculate it. You have a calculator. You know what time you spent in the kitchen yesterday. Right? Born in Jamaica, grew up in the US, not eating healthy. See? This is Janet King 7583. 365 Chantal Jane 8901. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I want you to calculate the amount of time you spend in the kitchen. Keep a record of it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to give you a formula that's absolute. Let me know when you're ready. Get a pen and a paper. I'm going to give you a formula. It's absolute. It's never been wrong. Okay. It's an absolute formula. I'm going to give it to you right now. Get a pen and a paper. Okay. You ready? Okay. Ready. The less time you spend in your kitchen, the more time you'll be spending at the doctor. It's simple. Now in Barbados, eating from my garden. That's it. Janet King 7583. She's in Barbados eating from the garden. Now that's the life right there. That's the luxury life. This formula is absolute. The less time you spend in the kitchen, the more time you will spend at the doctor. That's it. You know what I'm saying? The more time you spend in the kitchen, the less time you'll spend at the doctor. And vice versa. This is DD. Okay, DD, I see you. Doris Green 4138. I see you, DD. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's it. That's it, man. So if you want a healthy lifestyle or to improve your health, eating right is a part of it. Eating on time, it's a part of it. I mean, there's a lot of things that surround your health. You know, you talk about different areas and aspects of your health. Your financial health, that's important. Right? Your physical health, that's important. Your spiritual health, that's important. Your social health, that's important. Okay? So there are many aspects to health. Health is not just your physical health or your mental health. Mr. Abios, Legacy Boss, thank you for the gift. You get what I'm saying? Your health is not just your physical body or your mind state, your mental wellness. That's that. If your mind is well and your body is well, but you're not financially well, you're not really healthy in the area of finances, and that's going to affect how much food you're able to eat, which will break down your physical health. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different aspects of health. But once you get to a certain age, now your health, your physical health start to deteriorate or start to decrease. It's the process of life. Because in my mind and opinion, I think once you hit like 40, 45, you have plateaued. That's what I call it. You have plateaued. That means you've reached the center of life. So this is your lifespan right here. Right? Let's think of this greater right here. This is your lifespan. And you start out here at 1 year old, 2, 3, 4, 5, until you get to 39, 45. Here's your 45 right here. 50, 45, 50, 60, 61, 60. You see where you're going now? No, you're going down the hill. You see? You understand? Now you're going down the hill. 85, 90, 100. So there you go. You're down the hill. So when you get right here, I would say about right here in your 20s, 30s, you need to start taking your health serious. I mean, you really need to take it serious every single day. But once you get to right here, You're about to plateau or just thereabout or plateauing or getting off the decline or whatever it is, you need to really zoom in. You know what I'm saying? And spend time in your kitchen. That's what it's going to take. You dig? Yeah. Spend time in your kitchen. Everything is on the internet these days. You can get a lot of recipes and good, cooking ideas. And the number one cooking idea is if it comes off a plant, anything that comes off of a tree, it is for me. Okay, if it comes out of a can, no, unnatural. Once it comes off the tree, it's for me. Green and lean. That's it. Okay. Guys, I gotta go. I got some other stuff to do. YouTube, TikTok. Okay, I gotta go. You dig what I'm saying? TikTok is I'll turn to garbage eventually, but I still go live on it. But YouTube is now my go-to spot. You understand what I'm saying? Right, for broadcasting these live. Because number one, YouTube, there's two different audiences. I know this. TikTok is a fast-paced, low attention span audience. Blessings, I love YouTube, says Marie Williams, the KCC. Yeah, TikTok is for low attention span people. It's always been like that. You know what I'm saying? And I've had YouTube since 2019, I think. But I wasn't doing it. I was into TikTok and doing all this other shit. You understand? But now it's Nadine Lives. What's going on? Now I'm more into YouTube because TikTok is censoring my videos because I make political content and talk about Donald Trump, which they hate since it's part owned by Trump's friends now these days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now I'm on YouTube doing my cooking meals. Yeah. YouTube has a more length-based audience. Okay? YouTube audience, they're more used to length and depth. And believe it or not, I'm better at creating content that has length and depth to it. Whether you believe it or not. Well, the people who've been watching my videos, they know that. I'm better at creating content with depth and value versus TikTok, which you just create content with bullshit. It has no depth. It has no real value to it. Most creators, they are not teaching, they're not entertaining, they're not educating, they're not telling people anything. Well, I think what it is this. The difference is I make content for people. Some creators make content about themselves. And they're not that interested. You get what I'm saying? I create value content for other people that they could learn, whether it's history, social, current events, different topics like that. So I consider myself a value creator. Some people are just content creators. They just make up any random bullshit and post because they can. Where are you from? Said Marie Williams to K6E. Yeah, those look like one. I'm Jamaican. I was born and raised in Jamaica. Yeah. That's where I'm from. Yeah, but that's it. There's a difference in the audience with YouTube and TikTok. TikTok audience, they're a fast-paced audience. They're not used to depth and long videos. You know what I'm saying? But the YouTube audience, they're more long attention span, which I'm better at anyways. So, of course, I'm going to be more on YouTube making videos, right? And it's going to be about everything. Okay, but we're going to stay and focus on these cooking ideas and creative ways of making different meals and coming up with different things with time. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta go right now. Remember this weekend. Okay, tomorrow is Thursday, Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow or Friday, but I'll probably stream this weekend making that pina colada so you can see that, okay? So I'll catch you guys. Stay in tune. Stay on top of your health. All right? Start eating these green foods to get your mental sharpness back where it needs to be. Okay? It doesn't matter your age, you're 76. All right, you're 76, 78, whatever your age is. Can you drop the link to YouTube? It's if you go to the top of my TikTok. Okay, this is a person from TikTok. Darlene Gomez 44221. If you go to the top of my TikTok, there's a video up there that's pinned on my TikTok that gives you my YouTube channel handle. It's at Big Muscle Adventure. So at BIG, capital B, IG. You can even type in lower cases. It will still pull it up on YouTube. So BIG MUSCLEADVENTURE. Big Muscle Adventure. Okay? So that's me on YouTube. But yeah, we're mostly gonna stay on to YouTube because it's giving us more length. Okay, and then all these people are asking about the different recipes and the different things on TikTok. Now you can get over to YouTube and all my lives are saved on YouTube. Right? You pull up my YouTube channel, click on the link. It's the same logo that's on my Big Muscle right here. It's the same logo. Once you click on that on YouTube, you'll go and you'll see videos, shorts, and you'll see live streams, podcasts. Just click on the live streams, and that's where you'll find all these live streams that we've done, okay? Okay, Marie Williams, we're going to catch you soon. Stay safe in these streets, okay? So we're going to stream probably Friday, Saturday. I don't have a fixed time, but we're going to get at it, okay? So stay safe out there. Until the next